But angling and doing everything else is kind of just as important. I don't like the way that this guy sits, just because he's kind of facing down, and that's all my fault on the actual hinge paint, or hinge piece here, the little ball piece. I glued it a little bit cockeyed and off center, but when he's facing regular units, it's actually a kind of a looking down on them kind of position, so I really enjoy that. These are just a couple of my examples of magnetizing them, because when you get bigger units like this, you definitely want to make sure that they snap together. Plus, also, it just kind of gives you the whole range. And like when you're paying 200 plus bucks a fucking miniature, you want to make sure that you can actually, you know, use all of the armaments and weapons that come with it. Because even just from 2 of these guys, I have whole sprues left over. Magnets are definitely a lot easier. It's not a very daunting task. I took off his arm here. Literally, it's just a little bit of chopping. These guys here, they come with this thing's actually like comes out and comes up to a little peg that sits inside here. But putting magnets on it is just super easy. You want to chop off that little peg and literally just glue a magnet on there. And then in your assembly process, now I actually ended up carving this out a little bit, which kind of led it to being cockeyed on the glue, but that could also be on my mold lines. Because I did kind of rush build this guy, so you can see like the mold lines that I didn't take off. But the biggest thing when you're putting magnets, when you're magnetizing your models, is make sure you do a triple check and put them the right way, or you end up with fiascos like how I have, is not all of these connect in the exact right way. I don't think it's these here. Where'd it go? I don't think it's these guys here. Yeah, so I literally will have to switch arms around because these guys don't go together. So that's one of the big things you just want to make sure when you're doing your magnets, is that they're facing the right way. Because his arms and Canis's arms don't necessarily match up because I wasn't paying the biggest attention. But I can change out my rocket pods. I have the other one. I also have the turret that sits on top of him, which you just don't get. So if you're going to be spending $200, $198 or whatever it is on a model, you definitely want to make sure you magnetize it with tanks, anything like that. These knights, they might seem like they're a little bit daunting, but they're really not. Like I said, honestly, when you're putting this guy together, this magnet will fit right in there. You can glue it in. Like I said, right here, when you assemble these, it literally comes with a little peg. Just cut that off flush, and then sand it down, and literally it just... And the cool thing about when you actually hook it inside, that's why I'm saying you want to make sure that you put it down inside the arm piece, because then you actually don't get too much of that messed up wobble. Like I said, mine's a little not on there exactly right. Same thing with this side. Like I said, you just cut that peg off. I still need to paint this. But you can even go a step farther. You can literally magnetize down here too, so you can change out the entire tops, which I probably should have done, but I was still kind of completely new at it. And going over with the painting and whatnot, this guy just needs a touch up. Sometimes though, I like that rough paint. Not necessarily the messing up on the lines there, but like the actual paint style, little scruff. It looks like someone fucking had to repaint this after it's been in a fight. I'm not the best at doing battle damage, so, but it definitely looks like it's been repainted, seen some fights. These little fucking bastards here are some of the hardest things to glue, but that just might be because I have fat fingers. Once again, once you find a good white, you can definitely get better coverage than this. I would not suggest the Wraithbone. And I also did most of these without basing. Basing is very important when you come to your whites. Now, for actual basing the model, this is just its basic, like, regular stance and whatnot. And this is literally some craft sand from the dollar store. I just like the color on it. And this is baking soda. You do see it kind of discolors over time, but I take a paintbrush to that, cleans it right up. But it kind of gives it that realistic, actual, like, kind of dirty snow look. The problem I found with a lot of these bigger night units, though, is, see right there, his feet actually don't fully line up because these come warped. So usually you have to add a little extra on the bottom in order for the feet to sit and hold properly. But just Elmer glue this, or regular, you know, schoolhouse glue. Bam, let it sit down. And then, like I said, I added a little bit of extra glue, and that is just baking soda. Looks amazing. I'll be going over more with this model here in a little bit. I just wanted to throw a video up, check out how you guys were doing today. Just, you know, like and subscribe. I plan to actually get more models, just I've been a poor bastard here lately. But I'll go over a couple more of my models. Surprisingly, this little bastard of a pin here is amazing, especially for like those deep blacks and the covering of it. It's a little bit shinier than I like for a base, but I was just messing around and actually painting this. I hadn't actually painted these little things since I made sure that I wanted to get a magnet, make sure that they fit right, and then going over the mold lines. But when I start a new project and actually throw up videos for the actual project itself, I'll make sure that I show you guys the right way to get all your mold lines out and everything. Well, hey, have a great day. I'll post another video here in a little bit. I just wanted to pretty much do a Friday checkup, throw a little bit more content out on my channel. We should be live streaming tonight. That is Kama Gaming 2 on Twitch. I'm not sure what we are going to be playing, but yeah. Also, let me know if you guys want to see any more sparking content or anything like that.